Hey guys, Crystal here at Crystal's Crafties. Today's tutorial we're going to be doing these ice cream dripping baseball designs. So if I hop over here into Etsy, you can see I just typed in baseball PNG. This ice cream dripping is really starting to pick up in the baseball world. You can see this one's got the dripping. This one's a whole ice cream alphabet. This one's got the drips. That one has the drips. Drips, 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 drips. I mean, it's a thing in the baseball world right now. If you design in this niche, now is the time to be getting these out. So we are going to do a tutorial on these ice cream dripping designs. And I'm going to do it all in Canva. So we've got 3 different ones here. Here's the first one, and the second one, and the third one. Now this one is more of a splatter and not so much a drip, but it's still kind of in that theme. So let me add a new page after this, and we're just going to recreate this one right here. Now I'm not necessarily going to be able to find the exact same elements that I used on this design, but I will quickly go through and show you the searches and how to get what I've got going on here. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to do this home plate. So baseball plate. Okay, and we're going to come into graphics. I used, let's see if I can find that exact one. It was something like this. I don't know, I'm just going to grab this one and throw it in. That is not the exact same one I used. I don't like that one. The one I used had different colors and it was great. Let's see, oh, was it this? No. This is what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to search for the exact same elements that I used because I knew it would take a while. That's it though. Okay, so we've got the dark blue. And what else did we have? A light blue. Let's go. No, I still want that to be dark blue. Okay, that's all I'm going to do with it for now. I played with it a little bit more on that design up there, but let's just keep going. So we've got our plate. Now let's come back into the elements and we're going to type dripping. Whoops. Okay, again, go to your graphics. There's going to be so much here. I mean, literally just tons and tons and tons and tons. For my design, I added the sprinkles after the fact, but if you don't want to do that, you can put like dripping ice cream, and you'll see some with sprinkles start to pop up already. Of course, it's making me a liar. Okay, let's put dripping with sprinkles. Now we've got some sprinkles popping up. So I'm just going to take this first guy here and stretch him out onto there. Now for my design, let me ungroup this and move some stuff out of the way. A lot here. I just took the drips that I found and I duplicated them several times and made several layers. Let me grab a different drip and put it underneath that pink because I want to show you some other things that you can do. So here's a white drip. You can stack that underneath. But if you are not liking the colors, let me position it and move it backwards. If you're not liking the colors of the drips that are already there, you can find drips that you can change the colors for. So let's go find one more set of drips and let's change the colors for it. Let's do, I like the kinds that have that extra little shine to them that just makes them look a little more dimensional, not so flat and plain. Let's try this one. Yes, okay, so I got the color boxes that popped up, so I know I can change the colors of this one. And it's got that shading that just makes it look a little more realistic. Again, I'm going to position that backward behind all my other drips. And you know what? Let's go ahead and turn it some blue colors just because we are working with different colors here. Okay, so with that being three-dimensional, it looks a lot better that way. And one other thing that you can do to these elements is you can give a shadow to them. I've come up in here to edit. I selected the element that we just turned blue and I came to edit. And if you come to shadows, you can give it a drop shadow. And now it really makes it stand up off the page. You can do that to all of these. I'm going to give this one a drop shadow. So I'm going to edit. Shadows, drop shadow. Oh, that's not the one I meant to do. I meant to get this white one right here. Okay. Okay. And then you can increase and decrease the intensity, the size, the angle. Now you see that one shrunk down, but if we just play with the blur amount here and the angle and stuff, you can get it back where you want it. And then if it does shrink down too much, you just take your element and resize it to fit your screen. So that one's going to get resized. Okay, put my pink back on top and move the white up and move the blue back under there. So you can see how that is going to work out. Those are the drips. Like I said, I just added my own sprinkles here. To do that, you just want to come in, grab yourself some sprinkles, whatever you think looks good. I'm just going to pop this guy on here. One thing that's important that you want to make sure you can do when you're getting sprinkles is you want to make sure you can change the colors. Let me change these sprinkles to like red, white, and blues. Okay, so now I have red, white, and blue sprinkles. And to stretch them out over your design, let me put this up here. Guys, I'm not trying to make it perfect. I just want you to see how it's going to work. I'm going to crop this a little bit and enlarge it so the drip is bigger and you can see the sprinkles on top of it better. I might even change some colors here. Let's see. To change the colors, I'm going to have to remove this shadow. There we go. And let's just make it all like black so that you can really see the sprinkles that I'm about to put on the top of it. Okay, so here's my sprinkle set. Now what I did was drag it out to however big or small I wanted the sprinkles. I think that looks good. And then you duplicate it and you put it on there as many times as you want. And then you come in and you crop it. So I've got this selected here. I'm going to grab my crop tool and I'm going to crop that to where it doesn't hang off the side of my design. And then I'm going to crop the bottom so that there are no sprinkles falling really down below my drips. Same thing here. I'm going to crop. And this one I will crop again. And then some of your elements, not all of them, but some of them will even let you come in and erase certain parts. Like if I wanted to erase this right here, I can come to edit. Okay, sometimes you can get the magic eraser, sometimes you can't. It just depends on the element. But if you're able to get the magic eraser, then you can come in and literally delete specific sprinkles but that's not going to be the case on this one. Okay, so that's how we get the drips going. Let me just throw this back up here. And the pink back up here. I'm going to delete these sprinkles because the pink already had the sprinkles. Okay, it's not looking perfect, guys, but we're going to roll on with the next part. So the next part is going to be, so much here. The, let me make it a little bit smaller. The baseball bats. So elements, baseball bat. Grab, no. Grab whatever you want that looks good for you. And you can stick that on your design. All right, that's all we did there. The next thing I had was the actual baseball. Grab yourself a baseball, stick that on your design. I want to rotate that ball. And now we need the ice cream drips that were on the baseball. I wish I hadn't moved everything all out of the way. Let's see if I can kind of position everything back so we can reference it. Okay, that is not 100% where everything was, but it's looking a little bit more like what I had to begin with. Okay, so let's go find some ice cream drips for the baseball. For this one, I needed them to be in a circle shape, so I put circle drip. This is absolutely the one I used. But you can see there's a lot of different ways that you could drip this circle. We could take this one, which is also really cool. And some of the designs I saw in Etsy had this type of a look where the drip was coming down on the top of the ball. Let's say maybe they had the drip be like pink. And then they put the drop shadow behind it. So it looked a little more 3D. Like that was what was going on. Not necessarily with that one, but with these. They had the white drip on the softball and they put a shadow behind it. They did not do a drop shadow. They actually did more of an outline or a glow. And again, you can come in, you can change the intensity of this stuff and the size. Then you can resize your whole little graphic, make it fit on your ball. So there is a lot of stuff that you can do that would look pretty decent if that was one of the drips that you wanted to use. There's so many in here that you can use. But the one that I actually chose was this one because I liked that it had the top and the bottom. And let's see here. I'm going to change the colors. I'm going to make some more pink icing, I guess. Let's go pink. We go dark pink. And then we're going to go light pink. So I've selected that dark pink again. And I'm just going to make it lighter. And then this one's going to be the lightest pink. So now I'm going to come select the light pink and edit it to be even lighter. Okay, that turned out pretty nice, but the bottom doesn't look quite right. That's okay. I am going to duplicate this whole thing, kind of move it down out of my way. Now this one, I'm going to use my crop tool. I'm going to crop out the bottom. Awesome, awesome. This one, I'm going to put the bottom where I want it. Sure. Then I'm going to use the crop tool and crop out the top. Now I have those drips on the top and the bottom of the ball. I can come back and add individual sprinkles if I want to. Not that set though, because we can't change the colors. But you would add the sprinkles just like I did on this one. Find some that look good, find some that work, and just scatter them out. Or if you want to be super, super precise with your sprinkles, you can come into the elements, you can grab this little shape right here, and you just kind of scrunch it up scrunch it in, make yourself some sprinkles. Let me blow that up. So if I wanted to turn this white, come here. Come here. You can see I could put sprinkles all over the ice cream that way as well. You could do some in that shape. You could do some that are just actual circles. Could mix them up. You could even get some little stars in there to make kind of like confetti type sprinkles. Once you get real small, it's hard to move. Okay, so lots of different options that you could go with for sprinkles, lots of different options you could go with for drips. You can put a drop shadow on it, you can put an outline around it. There are so many things that you can do to get these graphics looking really, really good. For this one, let's finish it up with the word in the middle. So I've just clicked somewhere in the blank space of my design. I'm going to type a T to pull up my text box. And I had badgers. You can put whatever you want in there. And I'm going to use a font that I have downloaded onto my computer, or that I've uploaded into Canva. Actually, it's called Chunky Retro. I do have another tutorial. I will link to it that shows you how you can get fonts into Canva as well. You have to have a Canva Pro account, but you can absolutely bring in any font you want into Canva Pro if it's not already there. Okay, and then I just played around with this. Let me turn it, let's go like this light blue. And then I gave it an outline, and then I duplicated it. I'm going to put that to the back because I added a third effect on there, which was the hollow. And then I changed the color. Let's make it like blue. Oh, I moved it all the way to the back. I didn't mean to do that. So that it's got a little bit more of that 3D look. Those are all things that you can play around with and create that type of design. Let's move on to this one. So again, I did the exact same thing for the baseball plate, like the home plate or whatever. And then I just came in here and I searched back into the elements. I searched baseball numbers and went to graphics, and I liked this set of numbers here. What is going on? Now, if you don't see all of the numbers right off the bat, you can just type or click on the first one and it'll give you your little magic recommendations, and you can see all, and then you will be able to find all of the different numbers in whatever, you know, if you liked that one better or if you liked this one, you'll be able to find all of your numbers that way. If you're not finding it, you can put baseball number 8 and it'll pull up all 8s for you. So a lot of different ways that you can come and find your numbers. Then for this text, instead of the retro font, I just went with a sports font. It's actually called Sports World. That is a Canva font, nothing that I downloaded there. And in the effects panel, I gave it an outline and I curved it. You can see you can curve a lot more, you can curve a lot less. So I curved that up at the top of the plate. And then down here, I just chose a different font. Again, Atom Script, this is a Canva font. I didn't have to go outside of Canva for that. Effects, I just gave it an outline and made the outline red. And that was all there was to this one. I used the exact same home plate and drips that I used for the first one and just changed it up a little bit to make a completely different design. Now this one, I didn't use the drips, I used a splatter. So for this I put splatter, and I chose, it was probably this one. Yeah, I changed it to a different color blue. I put multiple back there and sent them to the back of the design. I grabbed myself a baseball player. Again, all these graphics, you want to make sure that you're picking the graphics. And there's a bunch of different styles. I did like the ones that were just solid black, but you know, depending on the position, you've got an outfielder maybe, you've got a catcher, you've got someone at bat, pitcher, whatever your kiddo plays or whatever you want to custom to, you can find definitely in here. I went with a different style of number, and then for the Respect the Drip, I actually, I still used the curve, but I took the curve the opposite direction. Instead of curving down like we did on our other design, I curved up. So you're going to drag it to the left. It's a negative curve. And then I rotated and wrapped it around the ball in a different way. You can see this is, let me get my rotate handles. Come here. Is that it? No, it's gonna, oh, it's because my design is grouped together. Ungroup. Yeah, there we go. There's my rotate. So instead of it being directly at the bottom of the ball, I rotated it off to the side. And then once you rotate it, you do have to kind of move it and play around with the curve, but you don't have to put that wording right at the top or right at the bottom. You can move things around. This too would also be, if I didn't have these splatters over here, you know, I could make this guy more like a 3D pop out. I could make, no, you go back. I could make this too a lot bigger, and I could kind of put it behind everything. And I could get rid of these drips. And that would be a whole nother baseball design. You could put the glove in the middle, just a lot of different things that you could do. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you. I just wanted to let you know that in Canva, there are so many drips. Let me go back to dripping. Just so many different drip options, and so many of them can have the colors changed. I love the way this one looks, but you can't change the color. But if you've got softball, or you want to go ahead with those traditional ice cream, it's a little transparent too. The traditional strawberry, vanilla, chocolate ice creams, that's a fabulous drip. You've got these kind of gradient drips. You've got the long drips. We don't want any of the blood drips. That's not really what we're going for. These slime ones are cool, but again, you can't change the color on those. So yeah, there's just a lot that you can do. You can play with the colors. You can play with the sprinkles. You can play with the designs. Hop over to Etsy, get your inspiration. Real quick, I didn't address this, but I know for a fact that we could probably, well, I guess it's not a fact if I said probably, but I bet, let's see. Let me see if we can get like a waffle cone home plate. Let's see. Why does it keep going into my stuff? Okay. There wasn't one there, but I bet we could find a frame. Okay. So we can turn that into a baseball diamond pretty easily. And then waffle cone. Let's go to photos so we can fill this frame. Let's put background. Oh yeah. Waffle cone baseball frame, or baseball diamond. Let's see what else we can put in there. Let me put ice cream. not really finding a ton, but you could hop onto Creative Fabrica and you could find some digital paper that has the waffle cone and even the drips. Let's just do it. Bam. There you go. Those are fabulous. Those already have the drips. They already have great colors. You stick that into your baseball diamond and you have got this kind of design. You could find a glove. You could fill the diamond. You can do it all. You can do it all in Canva. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you. We'll see you next time.